Okay, so I am back with another video as promised, and I wanted to talk about um, spiritual gifts and what they can look like in different kinds of circumstances and different scenarios, the dynamicism of people through different people. So let's get into the video. I hope you guys can hear me clearly. I've turned up my mic because I know it wasn't very loud in the last video. But yeah, let's get started. So today's topic, I wanted to do this quick live about, well, it wasn't a quick live, it was more of a video. I wanted to do a sit down video and talk about what hold on, I'm gonna actually take a quick second to turn on my um my living room light because that gives better quality lighting. So hang on, I'll be right back. I hope that makes a difference for you guys on Instagram. Um, so anyway, I just wanted to, yeah, I really wanted to do a sit down video and focus on, I'm sorry, Instagram. Hang on one second while I fix the lighting on my phone. Facebook, please hold on as well. Let's see. Okay, that looks a lot better. Okay, that looks a lot better for me on this side of Instagram. So, okay, so I wanted to again talk about what spiritual gifts can look like within yourself. And I wanted it to be a sit down video, but unfortunately, I don't know. It doesn't look like that's what Spirit wants me to do because I was actually going to talk about another topic, and it was going to be on what healing looks like. Um, but I really got to push to talk about gifts of the Spirit, the many facets of who you are. So let's get into it. I wanted to share my own personal spiritual gifts, the things that I've noticed about myself and my life, and how I've come to receive these gifts. Some of these gifts I didn't even know I had until life kind of brought me to places that created these gifts or brought these gifts out of me. And also just kind of give you, I guess, a word of encouragement um, on how to not be so down on yourself if you kind of show up differently in the world. So yeah, so let me kind of share some of what I've noticed in my life and in my experience of what my spiritual gifts has been and are. Um, so I have a gift of discernment that's always been with me. I don't since I was like a child. So that's been like my journey in this body, in this life, in this world. Being able to discern situations and circumstances and discern if people are being authentic and truthful. I'm very sensitive to people's intentions towards me. I can tell when people aren't being very authentic and true to their words. So I have a good I think I'm clairvoyant or clairaudient. I think I'm both actually. So I can pick up on when people aren't exactly being truthful with me. I can tell when they have an agenda behind what it is that they're doing. There's just a feeling and a vibe and an energy that I get when someone is trying to um, um, take advantage of who I am. I come off very soft spoken. I come off very gentle. I come off very easygoing. I probably even come off as if I might be a little, and pardon my French, a little dumb, but obviously you guys know that that's not true. I know that that's not true. But I think when I'm out in the world and no one has ever connected or met me, or they're just getting to know me, and I'm really quiet, I'm very observant. So when I speak with a bit of timidity. It's just who I am. I'm okay with that. And I think because of that timidness, people think that they can either take advantage of me or walk over me or try and control me and tell me what to do, um, or try and manipulate a situation so that it benefits them. And sometimes I allow it to occur because I just don't have the. First of all, it's not really hurting me, and it's not really putting me in a place of like um, discomfort. If someone is trying to do that, it just makes me more aware of their intentions, and it helps me to um, kind of keep a record of. And I know you're not supposed to do this as a spiritual person. I don't keep a record of wrongs, but I keep a record of treatments. How have you treated me? How do you interact with me? And when I can see it's a consistent pattern of someone taking advantage or trying to, so to speak, pull the wool over my eyes, I'm able to self correct. I'm able to make a distinction of whether I want to continue this relationship or not. And that's where my power lies, because at the end of the day, I'm the one that chooses if the relationship will continue. If I feel the relationship is valuable enough for me to say something, to speak up about it, to interject and um, point attention to what it is that I'm noticing about the person. And if I don't feel that the relationship is something that I find valuable to me, as in their character and personality is more valuable than their behavior and the way they treat me, um, then I don't I don't continue with the relationship. I exit, and that is my way of um, protecting my energy, protecting my space, and really creating an authentic relationship with people who value who I am and what I have to say and offer within a relationship. So discernment, observation, um, and clear audience, I would say, being able to pick up on people's tones, people's intentionality, authenticity, picking up on if their words are actually truthful, if there is truth behind a word that they're saying. So even saying yes to something and not, and being able to pick up if that person truly means yes. Same thing with no. If someone says no to something, truly picking up on if that person really means no. So things like that. Also, so we can move on to the next gifts. I think this is new, but I have a gift of channeling. I can hear messages. I receive angels speaking to me. I'm able to receive information and insight about the future, or just channeling for the general audience. I've channeled on one of my social platforms, just giving, I guess, people who might have come across my page a message of security, a message of love, a message of peace, to kind of guide them and help them, like, see them through whatever it is that they're going through. Um, I What else are my gifts or my talents? Um, Another, so I think I want to kind of steer away from the spiritual aspect of who I am and more into the physical being of who I am. Things that I've picked up about my gifts and my offerings, my talents as the human being that I am, is that I'm really good with words. I have really good cadence of speaking. I have a great pitch and tone to the way that I speak. I think that I would make a great voice actor or voice artist. And I don't mean singing, because I don't like singing. I like singing when I'm by myself and in the shower or whatever, like when I'm in my home just dancing and doing whatever it is that I'm doing. But I also know that I have a voice that really brings people, makes people pay attention, really brings people to kind of be still and listen. And then jumping to being still and listen, I would jump to just my energy overall. I bring an energy that kind of causes people to relax. It causes people to be in a state of peace. And I'm someone who just offers, just as the person that I am, I just offer a space of, I want to say, tranquility, ease, and genuineness. Um, and some of these things that I'm saying are things that I've heard from people. They're situations that have happened, where people have mentioned these things to me, that, oh, you're a really calm person, or you really make me feel calm when I'm around you. So I'm not trying to be verbose or anything like that, but I am confident in myself and in what I bring to the table. And I think it's important to, and all of this is because I've learned about myself. I spent so much time with myself, and I paid attention to the way that I am in order for me to really establish just the things I want for my life. And I think it's really important to do that. I think it's really important for you to spend time with yourself, to connect with yourself, and to really tap into, well, what makes me who I am? Why am I here? I tend to ask myself that so much. Why am I here? What is this for? What am I meant to be doing? Things like that I think are important. And if you really truly sit with yourself in peace and in silence and stillness, these answers will come up for you. So, so yeah, it's just truly about being open to looking at yourself differently, because you are more than just your job. You are more than just your 9 to 5. You are more than just whatever juxtaposition your family puts you in, as their daughter, as their mother, as their sister, as their friend. Um, I think it's very important to to understand yourself and to get out of your own way and be able to find what connects with you as far as things that you find yourself attracted to, things that you enjoy doing, things that you like surrounding yourself with. Um, Recently, I've learned that I like surrounding myself with people who are really um, spiritually um, focused, spiritually inclined, and I'm not talking about like religion. I'm talking about healers and people who are out to make a difference, um, and really support people on a journey of creating their best self. I know that I've had to kind of end a couple of relationships because I just didn't feel that that was the same path that these two relationships that I had created, or two connections that I had created, were on. I felt like these two relationships that I had were relationships that were demeaning in nature. And I don't mind sharing the reasons that caused me to leave them, because then it'll give you more insight and understanding as to why I'm able to tap into my inner experience and make decisions for myself that kind of protects my energy. So there was a relationship that I felt was only after trying to make money off of me. And then there was another relationship that, after spending very little time with this person, I just noticed that this person would consistently insult me in ways that wasn't like, is an insult ever beneficial? No. So basically, that's just it. It was a relationship that would have little insults in conversations, and just other aspects of that connection that just did not make me feel my most comfortable self. And so when I recognized that these two elements were happening within these two relationships, I decided to remove myself from these two connections that I had. And I clearly stated it to one person. The other person, I didn't really feel the need to state why I was not engaging with them anymore, because I feel like they kind of got a an understanding as to why I chose to kind of step back from the relationship, because the last conversation we had, it felt very just dismissive, if I could share that. And I think they were aware, because they kind of rebutted what they said in a text. And once they rebutted what they said, kind of came back around and wanted to clear their messaging without me prompting them, which it made it clear to me that they knew that they said something that was um, not kind, and in me not responding, it made it clear that I wasn't very interested in in continuing further interaction with this person, which made it clear that I had kind of moved beyond the last um, communication that we had. So is some that is a bit of an example of how I'm able to um, pick up on and remove myself from situations that just don't um, support or align with the kind of person that I'm interacting with and the kind of person that I'm being. And we all go through different life experiences that brings us to moments in time. I think, like, okay, so just to give you a bit of a reference, if I have developed my I have come a long way, y'all. I have come such a long way. I have developed in such a beautiful way that it's not even a joke. Just because I want to share with you, like, when I was younger, if these things happened to me, I would have blown up on someone. I would have cursed. Sorry, guys. You guys are on pause on Instagram. But I'm gonna wrap this up because Instagram is about to, my phone's about to shut off, and then I've gotta head out. But yeah, so when I was younger, if these circumstances happened to me, if someone was trying to kind of use me to make money off of me, or someone was talking down to me and insulting me within conversations, like, I would have the old me, my old self would have just, did a 1-2 on them. Like, who the F are you talking to? What the F are you trying to do? I would have gone off. I would have, I, my, attitude would have been more like confrontational and very vocal. But now, through my healing and my spiritual journey, I've changed my way of responding to things. So my response is different and my response time is different. I don't respond immediately. I don't let my emotions get in the way of being tactful, of being kind, of being loving. I don't respond off of emotions anymore. I mean, I do because I need to connect with myself and see how I'm feeling from the things that I'm going through. But it's now more of a, okay, feedback. Like, I'm getting notes on what's happening. So I'm kind of observing, right? I'm taking the observer seat, as we say in yoga, and I'm observing the situation. I'm taking it in, and then I give myself space and time to respond to what it is that I need to respond to, just to make sure that I'm not responding out of spite. I'm not responding out of emotion. I'm not responding out of um, impatience. So trying to be patient with whoever it is that I'm dealing with, and also um, cutting it off when it's time to be cut off. Um, is now the energy and the stance that I take when it comes to protecting my energy and healing my inner and outer experiences of moments when you deal with situations and people who don't necessarily have the awareness of what they're doing. And I could tell them, and I mean, I'm sure I've mentioned, hey, this doesn't work for me, or hey, could you stop doing this, and it doesn't end, then that's when I know that I need to, like, exit left. Um and yeah, so These are some of my gifts, and I think throughout life, you develop aspects of who you are, and you start to pay attention to why certain things trigger you, or why do you feel a certain way when you're around someone. So even, I don't know what it's called, I don't know if it's clear sentient, maybe when you can pick up on people's feelings, or like you get a feeling. One second, I'm just trying to Google. When you pick up on other people's emotions. Oh, being an empath. Oh, that's another thing that I am. I can pick up on people's energy. I can pick up on their emotions. I remember there was a time when I was living with this person, and there was just a really heavy cloud from the space and the energy, and I could pick up on their feelings, and they felt very sad because I remember I had left the house because I needed space from this person, and I went grocery shopping, and I was sitting at the bus stop waiting for the bus to come, and all of a sudden I started crying. I obviously was crying because I didn't like the circumstance I was in, but I already knew that I didn't like the circumstance that I was in with this person. But for me to start crying wasn't it wasn't my energy. And I just kept repeating, I feel sad. I feel so sad. And then I asked, why do I feel so sad? Actually, I don't think I was crying, to be honest with you. I don't remember. I might have been crying. But I just remember saying, I feel sad. I feel so, so sad. And I kept asking, why do I feel sad? Why do I feel sad? And then I stopped asking that, and I heard a voice tell me, um, it's not you that's sad, it's the person that I was living with that was sad. And I know this for a fact because she was talking to me about how she was recently experiencing depression during the time that we were living together. And so I picked up on this sadness that she held within herself, once I wasn't around her energy. But being around her energy, you don't know that you're being affected by people's emotions. You don't know that you're being affected by people's energy until you are out of their space and you are clear. Nothing is imposing itself on you. So that's when you can start to pick up your feelings, your emotions, and you can start to differentiate, like, well, why am I feeling this way when I know this wasn't my energy 10 seconds ago? That's probably because you were around someone who was feeling this way, and you leave their presence and you take their presence with you, you take their energy with you. And when that happens, what you want to do is kind of pray through that, and you want to also kind of clear and cleanse your energy with sage. You don't have to do sage, but um, just acknowledging it, just talking to yourself about it and clearing that energy and praying, that it releases from you and that it moves on, and just being aware and you can also protect your energy if you are constantly around this person, or you are constantly in relationship with the person and you have to be around them, and even just addressing it with them. If you're the type of person that can hold space for people, addressing it with them, letting them, asking them, how are you doing, how do you feel, what's, you know what's going on so that you can help them kind of work through it and overcome whatever it is that they're going through. There are ways that you can do that too. It's so funny. I'm actually coming up with a way to facilitate how to facilitate um, energy clearing for yourself and for other people. So I'm glad that I'm able to record this in real time. So yeah, so that's about it. There's so much more. There's so much more that I could say, but I'm at 30 minutes and I don't want this video to go past that amount of time. So I'm just going to end it here. Maybe we can do a part two on gifts of the spirit, the many facets of who you are. It's also not just about spiritual gifts, but it's also about just the person that you are. How do you show up in the world? What are the things that you're attracted to? How you carry yourself? Um, the ways that you do certain things. Um, there's so much to this topic um, that I could do another video. But I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear what you thought about this video. I want to hear what you think about this time. I usually do lives at this time, which is 6 p.m. in the evening, Mountain Standard Time. 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time is about 9 p.m. East Coast time, and I want to say about 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I think 4 p.m. 4 or 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Yeah. So this will be it for the evening. You guys might see me again tomorrow. I have so much in the works, and yeah, you'll definitely be catching more of my vibe in the next coming weeks. So stay tuned, and I will see you. I'll definitely see you tomorrow because tomorrow's the 28th. It's the last day of the month, and I have an announcement that I want to make. So I will see you then. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Adetora Majek. I am the founder and owner of the In Her Experience, a lifestyle brand, a personal brand that is centered on providing workshops, providing classes, education around spirituality, spiritual lifestyle, healing content, and self-care and wellness as well. So I will see you, and thank you so much for sticking around. Bye.